Did Vulcan and Ayla get into it? And did C9 Blabber really steal 2 dragons? Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Chim Chim and today we're wrapping up week 6, day 2 of LCS. Let's get into it. So the first game of the day was CLG versus 100 Thieves. It started out with a bang. So 100 Thieves ran Lux Caitlyn bot lane, and I thought that Busio made an insane play. He flashed forward as soon as they got level 2, hit the Q on Lux. Unfortunately, it resulted in a double kill for CLG. It was pretty sad. And then Contracts came and ganked bot immediately after, and that resulted in another double kill on CLG's ADC, and y'all, it kind of just snowballed after that. I think the mental of 100 Thieves was kind of messed up at that point. Double Lift was misclicking cleanse. It was just, I felt so bad. 100 Thieves was just getting ran down. It was just so sad, y'all. So CLG took the first win of the day. The second game of the day was C9 versus Dignitas. And y'all, oh my gosh, Blabber was showing out, point blank period. Blabber not only stole dragon once, but he stole dragon 2 times. And I do kind of want to just go ahead and let y'all know that Jensen was sniping hoes on Jace, and it was phenomenal, but it didn't look to really matter because C9 did end up taking this game. I think one thing that we did take away from this game was Gragas can be flexed basically anywhere on the map. He can be flex top, he can be flex jungle, he can be flex mid, and y'all, he can even be flex support. Do not sleep on Gragas support. Yeah, this was just an insane game all around, but yes, C9 did take this win. The third game of the day was Flyquest versus EG, and y'all, this is where the drama came out. Lord have mercy. This was the first game in history of LCS that Garen was picked. Someday on EG locked in Garen, and y'all, at one point it didn't really matter because Impact was absorbing so much pressure. There was a 4-man dive on Cassante, aka Impact, and he didn't even flinch. They couldn't kill him. But y'all, Garen was dominating the map. He was so fast. At one point he stopped Impact's teleport. Spica actually ended up stealing Baron, so that was a turning point for Flyquest, but it didn't really matter. There were so many insane team fights. There was a really good one where JoJo actually got caught on Azir, but Garen went in there, he turned that thing around. Azir did a little Shurima shuffle, and Flyquest disappeared off the map. It was absolutely beautiful, and they just ran it down at that point. Now, there was a little bit of beef during the game, so EG ended up winning this game versus Flyquest, and I'll tell you about the drama in a little bit. The fourth game of the day was Team Liquid Honda versus TSM, and y'all, TSM had to lock it down. Team Liquid Honda just couldn't get the ball rolling during this game. TSM ended up taking this win, and if Team Liquid Honda wants to qualify for playoffs, they're gonna have to start winning, baby. They're going to have to start winning. The last game of the day was IMT versus Golden Guardians, and y'all, Golden Guardians did win this game, but it looked like it was a little bit of back and forth. Immortals almost traded their Nexus for Elder Dragon, and in that last little fight, it looked like too many people on Immortals died, so Golden Guardians was able to push for the Nexus. But y'all, it was a little shaky at the end there. All right, now let's get into the tea. Let me give you the whole backstory, and I've kind of given the backstory in my week 5 LCS recap, but I'm gonna just go ahead and give it to you raw here. So Vulcan originally tweeted this. He was saying to bring back Winsome, and this was a reference to Winsome going back to the academy team and Ayla finally getting his visa documents in order so that he can play on the LCS team. Ayla saw this and was like, promote Smoothie. Now this was a jab at Vulcan because Smoothie is the academy support player for Evil Geniuses. Vulcan saw this and did not take this too kindly because he then tweeted, Ayla, you're not even an essential part to the Flyquest team. So they had a little bit of back and forth, and that same week, EG lost to the 0-9 Dignitas. So Ayla decided to do a little jab and a little poke at Vulcan by saying, I'm here if you need to talk, if you need to vent. So today was the big face-off between the two giants, and it kind of looked like Vulcan was like playing to kill Ayla specifically because he was emoting after every Lulu death. That's who Ayla was playing. He was playing Lulu. But what really really rubbed salt in the wounds was when EG won. Vulcan was playing Thresh and Lulu, aka Ayla, was spawning in Fountain. And Vulcan hooked Lulu and the team killed Ayla in his Fountain. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad. It was so toxic. I kind of ate it up. But y'all, this was Ayla's face after the game. He did not look too happy. And I know you can't look too happy after a loss, but woo. And then there was some power moves with some staring, and y'all, that Vulcan Ayla handshake looked like it was rough. It was very aggressive. And then Vulcan was doing the whole shush pose at the end instead of bowing. And I just want to say, only my baby daddy Faker can do that pose. He's the only one who can pull it off. Vulcan did give us a little bit of clarity why he even began tweeting, "Bring back Winsome."
Yeah, it was a big ego battle after last week's tweets back and forth. The sad thing about that is that I actually tweeted the first thing that started the whole war, just in support of Winsome, because I've been playing soccer with him in the esports soccer group, and he's kind of my boy now. So I was just like supporting him, and then it just started this whole thing where I get my face taped to a punching bag, and then I see the other guy punching it. It's a little bit weird for a regular season game. Like I get that, you know, it's LCS and he's not too good, so it's kind of hype for him. Yeah.
So Vulcan basically was saying that it was taken out of context. It wasn't even a jab at Ayla. He was just supporting his newly founded friend, Winsome, which I totally get. I get both sides. I love me some Winsome, but also I could totally see why Ayla would see it that way. I think it's all good fun banter. I think it did maybe get a little bit out of hand because they looked a little bit serious, but I still think that everybody played the best of their ability. I want to say GG's to Ayla. We support you. Don't take it to heart. You played a really good match, and I hope you kill it in the next week. We are rooting for you, fam. Don't let it get too much in your head, okay? You're fine. We love you. We support you. Keep going. Finally, in terms of picks, y'all, there was nobody who was picked more than 2 times except for Lulu, but we're not going to include her. In the top lane, like I said, we got the first ever Garen pick in LCS history. For mid lane, we're seeing more Aurelion Sol. We even got a Syndra and an Ahri pick today. I think that was pretty fun. For ADC, we got an Ezreal, we got some Aphelios, and we did see Zeri, but we saw no Lucian. That's my favorite part. And we did get a Kalista ADC. For jungle, we got a Nocturne. We saw some Lee Sin, and we got to see C9 Blabbers Lee Sin, which I thought was absolutely gorgeous. And we got to see some Gragas jungle. And again, y'all remember, Gragas can be flexed anywhere. He can be flexed jungle, support, mid, top, anywhere. And then finally in the support, we got to see a lot of Thresh. We got 2 games of Thresh. We saw our Varus support, and we saw our Lux support. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up week 6. I had so much fun watching today's games. If you really want to know which games were the best, I would say Flyquest versus Evil Geniuses and C9 versus Dignitas. If you want to go rewatch those, I highly recommend those games. And I hope I'll see you next week for week 7 at twitch.tv/MissChimChim. I stream every day at 5 p.m. and I'll even be streaming those LCS games. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment down below. Do you think that the Vulcan Ayla beef was a little bit too spicy, or was it just the right amount? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and love you. Bye.